Inflation. Inflation. The government is taking measures to control inflation. High inflation erodes the purchasing power of consumers. Rising energy costs contribute to global inflation. Recession. Recession. Economists predict a mild recession next year. The country is trying to avoid falling into a deep recession. Many businesses struggled during the last recession. Sanctions. Sanctions. The international community imposed new sanctions on the rogue state. The country is calling for the lifting of economic sanctions. Violation of the sanctions could lead to severe penalties. Diplomacy. Diplomacy. Diplomacy is key to resolving international conflicts. The two nations are engaging in intensive diplomacy. She is a skilled professional in international diplomacy. Coalition. Coalition. A coalition government was formed after the election. Environmental groups formed a coalition to advocate for cleaner policies. The military coalition launched a joint operation. Unrest. Unrest. Social unrest often follows economic hardship. The police are trying to quell the civil unrest. Reports indicate growing political unrest in the region. Crisis. Crisis. The country is facing an economic crisis. International cooperation is needed to address the climate crisis. The government implemented emergency measures to overcome the crisis. Summit. Summit. Leaders will hold a summit to discuss global security. The G7 summit concluded with a joint declaration. Preparations are underway for the upcoming peace summit. Bilateral. Bilateral. The two countries signed a bilateral trade agreement. They held bilateral talks on cultural exchange. Bilateral relations between the neighbors have improved. Pandemic. Pandemic. The pandemic significantly impacted global travel. Scientists are working to prevent future pandemics. The economic fallout from the pandemic was severe. Fiscal. Fiscal. The minister announced new fiscal policies to boost the economy. The country faces a significant fiscal deficit. Fiscal responsibility is crucial for national stability. Monetary. Monetary. The central bank tightened its monetary policy. They debated the impact of monetary easing on inflation. The monetary union aims to stabilize currency exchange rates. Tariff. Tariff. The government imposed a 25% tariff on imported steel. Removing trade tariffs could boost international commerce. The country retaliated with its own tariffs on agricultural products. Subsidy. Subsidy. Farmers receive government subsidies to support their income. The company applied for an environmental subsidy. Ending fossil fuel subsidies is a key climate goal. Referendum. The public will vote in a referendum on constitutional reform. The government announced a national referendum on independence. The outcome of the referendum will significantly impact the country's future. Ratify. Ratify. The Parliament is expected to ratify the treaty next month. Member states must ratify the agreement for it to become law. The International Convention was finally ratified by a majority of nations. Sovereignty. Sovereignty. The nation fiercely defends its territorial sovereignty. The debate focused on the issue of national sovereignty. Recognizing a country's sovereignty is fundamental to international law. Incursion. Incursion. There were reports of a military incursion across the border. Any unauthorized incursion into the airspace will be met with force. The brief incursion led to heightened tensions. Ceasefire. Ceasefire. Both warring parties agreed to a temporary ceasefire. The ceasefire is holding, allowing humanitarian aid to reach the affected areas. Negotiations for a permanent ceasefire are ongoing. Humanitarian. Humanitarian organizations are providing aid to disaster victims. The government announced a humanitarian mission to the war-torn country. There is an urgent need for humanitarian assistance in the region.